Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Craft Portal. This is Lorraine or Rachel, whichever you prefer to call me. Okay, I was gonna do the sewing in of the signature into the basic journal today, but I'm thinking that I want to show you how I distribute the papers. So what I've done, this is the exception, the napkins, and these are the exceptions because they sort of are going to go on the outside unless I feel to put them in if I change my mind. Okay, so what I've done is I've put every type of paper into a pile. So all of that looks like that. It's that yellow liney paper. Then all of this is coffee dyed paper. All of this is blue paper. Tequina, one of my viewers on the live, she's become a friend now. She calls this sky paper. Okay. Then this is purple paper. This is yellow paper. This is that attendance register that was coffee dyed. These are, I've put all the doilies together, but these are purple doilies and brown doilies. And then all of these are interesting book pages. Up to here. I should put the doily there with those. Okay, these are interesting book pages, and then these are sort of like florally nice pages, you know, beautiful little thingies. And then these are two pockets that I've created. Those are the two bags that I've glued together. If you look at that, it's sort of open. So I glued them together, folded it in half, and then folded the two sides in to make them fit, and I folded this up to make it fit. So I still need to glue that closed. Okay, so these are two pocket pages. All right, now I've counted them. I've counted the whole pile, this and this, and there's 63 pages. All right, so I'm going to be making if you haven't watched my live, then I'll just give you a short recap. I don't do my junk journals exactly like everybody else does it. My stitching is different, and I also don't like the open stitched back, you know, where you can see the stitches where you've worked them close. So I prefer that you can't see that. So I asked in my live if people would like to see my way or sort of the standard way. And the answer was both. I have one very, very loyal supporter that said, no, show my way, because there are no rules in junk journaling, so you do it the way you like or prefer doing it. However, I do realize I have some absolute beginners watching. So what I'm going to be doing is showing it the sort of normal way, but again, there is no normal. And then I'm going to do a different way, which is my way. All right, so the idea is just to get those of you that have never done it before started, and to show you which way to do it. Okay, I'm going to put this to one side for now. All right, so I've got 63 here. I'm going to make two journals of 3 signatures each. So just if you divide it, then that gives me 10 pages per signature. So I'm literally just going to sit and distribute these into 6 signature piles. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to put this one on my number 6 pile, because I don't want them in the same journal. I want them in 2 different journals. Okay, so 2, 3. Sorry, I'm just going to move that slightly up. I realize I'm slightly off screen, but so that there's place here for me at the bottom. 4, 5, and 6. Right, and then 1 and 2 and 3. The map made it to the book. That was due to the live where people said use the map. All right, so that's where that comes from. All right, I'm just literally distributing it so that there's interesting pages in every signature. All right, sorry, that's 2. So where that stops, I just move on to the next file to put the next type in. All right. Ugh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have started there. Being finicky with myself. Look how nice the purple and the yellow look against each other. This one is sort of a slight green tinge. Okay, so if you're going to do it this way, then you basically just make sure that you have enough to, you know, do the final plan. Okay, so that file is going to have one extra on it. And I don't know where else, I've lost count. Okay, so I've got the 6 files, so I'm going to make this file, and this file my second journal. So that's going to be my second journal, which will not be in the exact same video, but I'll make it part of the series. And then let me just put that to one side. And then this is going to be my very basic journal. Okay. So now you've got 3 files. Now you don't want every signature to look the same. All right. So let's just move 2 of them out of the screen for now. And all right, so let's have a look. Okay, so we've got a plain paper and a plain paper. So I'm going to move on towards a non-plain paper. Okay, so here I have a doily page. Okay, then I'm going to move on to a book page. All right, and then looking for the next type. Okay, there's a pocket page. But that's a lot of interest in one go. And now what I'm seeing is I would much rather have this doily against a, you know, something like maybe the yellow page. All right, so I think I'm going to do that. Do you see the difference there? Okay, so I'm going to add that one in there. All right, and then the normal page, then a coffee page. Well, we've already got, no, we don't have a coffee page yet. So there's a coffee page, then a pocket page, then a blue page, then a book page, then a normal page, then a book page, and the winner is this. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, and I'm going to put a teeny weeny little, no, actually I don't think I'm going to do that, because this one is going to be a pocket that way. So I think that's a very nice middle to have. Okay, so right, there's the first signature. All right, next one, I'm going to move this one just off screen. All right, so here's all the plain pages. All right, putting that to one side. Okay, so we're going to start with a coffee page. Or actually this time let's start with a different colored page. So we've got a blue page, then we've got a doily, which looks very nice against that. Then we have a normal page, coffee page. Then we have a different book page. Let's put this pocket in here, which is the one that's in the middle that side. So this way it's going to be on two different parts of the book. Let's put a yellow page in there. Let's put a book page and a dictionary page and coffee page and a book page and a flowery page. Alright, I don't necessarily want this to go smaller, okay? So I want to change this around. I think I'm going to do that firstly, and I might even change that with the coffee page. Let me just see what's before that. Okay, so I've got the dictionary page. Then I'm going to put the little flowery page. Then I'm going to put this book page. And then I'm going to put a coffee page. And in this case, I'm going to add a little doily. I might get a doily of a different color to add in here if I can find it in my stuff. Just so that it's not the same color on the same color. Okay, so I might change that for something else. Alright, so there's the second signature. So let's move that. Actually, you know what we can do? Hold on a moment. Sorry, one thing that I said in my live, if you haven't watched it, is a lot of the ideas of the journal is born at this stage, where you're folding it and where you're putting it together. It's not necessary that you have all the ideas ahead of time. Yeah. Right, I'm going to add this little doily in here. So you've got a doily on a doily, and against the blue and against the purple. Okay. So, and then it's offset on that coffee page. Alright. So I'm going to do it that way. I would like to have something nice in here though, so I might look for something to add in here. Alright, and then the third signature looks like this. So we've got a plain page. Right, there we started with one of these, and then we started with a blue one. So this time I'm going to start with a coffee page. Alright. Let's just get all my plain pages. I'm counting this as a plain page as well. Alright, so now I don't want to put this and then doily again. So I'm going to put a maths page. Alright, then a plain page. Then a book page. Actually, I might put a very white one against this. Yeah, to show to offset against that. Right, some people like to blend them. Sometimes I actually do like to blend them, and it really depends on the journal you're creating. Alright, I'm going to put the white doily in there. Then I'm going to put let's see, plain page. No, I'm running out of plain pages. Right, so I'm going to put this in here. Then I'm going to put a purple in. Then I'm going to put another doily in. Then I'm going to put the yellow in. And then I'm going to put that in. Okay. So there's the three signatures. So this one is going to be that maths, attendance register, Zulu language book, sky paper doily, book page, Afrikaans book page purple, coffee dye doily, yellow page. I would have liked something to offset here, but it is sort of yellow and that one is sort of coffee dyed and it's got a completely different texture, so I'm okay with that. Alright, and little beautiful flowery page. Wrong way around. Okay, so that's what that signature is going to look like. Then this is the second signature, so it's sky paper, small doily, purple doily, also round doily, square doily, you know, so there is a difference. Okay, coffee paper, Afrikaans language book paper for kiddies. That's going to be a fold out pocket. If you want to know how I did all of this I did in the live I had on Tuesday. So if you want to go look at the live replay, you'll see exactly what the thinking process was on each thing and how I created it and how I decided what is this page going to look like and how to fold it down and where to cut it off, you know, sort of where the last video stopped. If you look at the replay, then that goes on from there. Okay, yellow page, book page, dictionary page, little flowery page. I think that might also be the wrong way around. Yeah, this way. So flowery page, language page, coffee dyed paper. Okay, so that's the second signature. Right, now if you look at the first signature, both of them has purple doily as the second page. So I'm going to make this signature the third signature and this one the second signature. Alright, so then the first signature is going to be that yellow texture paper. I love that. That offsets beautifully. That also offsets beautifully. Yellow paper, book paper, coffee paper, pocket paper. So this is a pocket and a pocket and a pocket and a pocket. Okay, sky paper, Spanish dictionary paper, purple paper, typed paper, book page paper, pockets. Okay, so you can roughly see what I've done there. Alright, now if you are a person that would like all the pages in your book sort of straight and correct like a normal book would look, then at this stage you would carefully press all of this in very, very tightly into the corner there. Do you see that's not tightly pressed in? So you would press that in really, really tight. So basically like when it's sewn, how tight it will be gripped there. So you will press that in really, really tight. You would put it down. You would put your ruler here, preferably a metal ruler. And then you would take a craft knife. You would make that very, very straight. You would measure, like you would put it there on the exact spot where you want to, you know, so just to make sure it's exactly straight. And there it's straight. And you would come here and you would just select a line that you want to cut on. So let's say that line, and make sure it's, and then hold this really tight and you would cut. And some of it will come off and some of it won't come off. So, but hold your hand very tight, cut again, cut again, cut again, cut again, slowly move this away, cut again, move this away until you've cut the whole thing off, until there's no papers left. Alright, when there's no papers left, then this will give you a straight edged book. Okay, this and I will still fold in. I'm not going to end up with this hanging out. I like the doily thingy hanging out. I quite like that idea. I'm okay with the book not being exactly straight. I'm pretty happy, but there are some people that's not. So please go ahead and, you know, cut it exactly straight. Alright. Alright. That's the essence of what I wanted to show you. The next video will be to start sewing the signatures in. So I'm going to do this one first, and then when I've done this, I'm going to go over to the other journal where I will be pre-decorating some of the pages. So before I sew it in, I'll be inking that one's pages, the second journal, not this one. And I might stitch if I can get my sewing machine to work. I might put on, you know, little thingies like this up ahead of time, you know, like a little pocket there, because that becomes a little tuck spot where you can tuck something in, you know. So I'll be doing some stenciling on it, all of that. But in this journal, I'm not going to do it because I want to sort of show you how to do the basics and how to get the book put together. You can always decorate it afterwards, but when you start making junk journals for a long time, then you would find that it's easier sometimes to decorate it ahead of time. Okay. Then the other thing that I want to mention is covers. A lot of people make covers and then they make the papers fit into the cover. So the cover is made ahead of time. Okay. What I feel about that, that's also part of why when I make a journal, I decorate the pages first, and sometimes I'll even put tags and pockets in already. Because as you put stuff in here, as you add stuff, so let's add something there, and let's add something there, and let's add something there. So as you're adding stuff to this journal, I know I'm sort of manipulating it right now, but what happens is your journal starts growing. It starts getting bigger. And in the end, you do not want a spine that's that thin, and then this whole thing is just a big crocodile that hangs open. You understand that? So what I prefer to do is to get as close to the final product that I can on the signatures. And when that's done, you're sort of going to see, but that's more or less how you need to distribute the journal to make the spine correct. Now that's very wide. I'm overemphasizing to try to show the point. Okay, you can do that, but I mean, I don't want to end in one page and then have to turn around and then there's that sort of gap between two signatures. That's not what I mean. But the point is that you want to sort of work these far enough apart, okay, to be able to give this journal room to grow, because whoever receives the journal is going to add things into the journal. Your decoration is not the final decoration. They're going to add photos and receipts and stories and little tidbits and thingies that they stick in, or stuff that they've seen in a magazine, or anything that they're going to add into this, and it's going to crocodile more and more and more and more, until you end up. That is why we put closures on journals, so at least you can sort of try to squish it shut. Okay. All right. Now there's two methods of binding a journal. Well, there's plenty of methods, not two, but I mean two basic methods. So the first one, what you would do is you would take your size of your journal. I'm going to use the coffee dyed paper because that's the size I've worked with originally. All right. You would then you would take a piece of cardboard, cardboard, sort of the back of a pad, and you would go, let me just look for a marker. Right, I don't want to mark my paper, right, but what you would do is you would line that up, and you would, I know I'm doing it skew because I don't want to line, no, that's not even writing, so I will definitely not be lining my paper with that. I just want to do it dark enough so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, let's try the black Koki. Alright, so you'd line it up there, and then you would do that and that, sort of right next to it, not the way, not slightly more like I've done. And another one. Alright, so you would do another one. Alright, I'm really showing it roughly right now. Okay, obviously you would do it way more neater than that. Okay, and then if you decide the spine, alright, let's have a look at the spine here. So if we're going to make the spine of this specific one, so these are 3 signatures. What I do is I put them together like that. I let them stand comfortably without squishing them, without sort of squishing them together, and let them that way. And I put it like that on a piece of cardboard, and I mark down how wide I want it. Okay, So that would be your spine piece. So what you would do then is you would search for scissors around you. All right. So very roughly, you would then cut that out. And then you would make it slightly bigger than your paper itself, because you do want the journal cover to be slightly bigger, then your paper is more protected. Okay. You would then cut this out. I'm not going to make the journal this way, that's why, but I just want to show you the very basics of what you would do. I'm going to make a softer cover on mine. So, alright. So you would end up with that, okay, and you would put it this way. So the gap there is about 1/4 inch. What you want to do is you're going to stick some sort of, okay, so this is wallpaper. So if I decide this is my cover, then what I would do is I would stick this with glue to the inside of my cover. So the idea would be there that this is the bend. So your paper is going to be sewn in here, alright? And then that would give you the bend of the page, alright? So if you're going to fold this over when you cover it, alright, so you would leave a little bit of room there, alright, cut it out there. You would then leave 1/4 inch, roughly 5 millimeters if you are working in centimeters and millimeters. Again, 1/4 inch, roughly 5 millimeters, alright, and then you would stick that with glue onto your journal and you would cover it. What you need to take care of is when you turn it around, okay, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to sort of not be able to show you what I mean. When you've glued it, it's really important from the other side, from the back side, that you take some, you know, you can either take a ruler if you don't have a bone folder, or you take a bone folder. Now again, from the other side, not from this side, you would then, once you've glued it, you would slide this, and it's very much nearly that width that you need. You just need a bend. 5 millimeters or 1/4 inch might even be too much. All right, so it's sort of that size that you need. All right, and then you would make sure while the glue is still wet that you slide it a few times in between, to make sure that when your book bends, that is properly going into those slots. Okay, if we, let me just grab a real book. Not that I mean this is not a real book, you know what I mean. But if you, I just want to show you the principle of what I'm saying. Alright, so this is a Encyclopedia Britannica. So it's basically this dent. If you look, do you see that? You would make sure that when the book bends, do you see there, that there's enough bendy space for it to bend. Okay, so if you look from the top, that's what you want. So make sure that you indent this with the bone folder. So when the book is now, you've got it the wrong way around and you've stuck the spine, make sure you do that, and make sure you do that so that it gives you that divot. Okay, otherwise you end up with a book that cracks here when you open and close it, and it's also really stiff to try and bend it to make it work. Okay, what I'm going to do with this journal specifically is I'm going to use a softer cover, which is this wallpaper cover, and I'm literally just going to sew it in there. Because this is a much thinner cover, I will just be scoring this at the right place with the bone folder or with a ruler, whatever, just scoring it a few times so it bends there. Then I'll be working in the signatures, 3 signatures there, and then scoring it again on the other side. So that's the way I'm going to be doing this one. I will do that in a separate video, otherwise this gets too long. All right, one other thing, I'm doing a live broadcast, hopefully on Monday afternoon, 2 o'clock my time. That is, with the time change, that would be 12 noon in the UK. And I know the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, is 6 hours behind me. So it will be 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If your time has, no, sorry, if your time has changed, it would be 7 hours before that. So then that would be 7 a.m. If the time is really bad, you guys can speak to me and I will do it at 3 p.m. my time, which would be 8 a.m. if your time has changed, and 9 a.m. if your time has not changed. Sorry, our time doesn't change, so I get a bit confused with whether time has changed or not and in which country it has changed, etc. So let me know. All right, the live, we have 2 options. I can either, I have a whole lot of sort of printed on copy paper journaling cards, the idea for journaling cards and tags, which is obviously for this journal. So I'm literally just going to sit and glue those pieces of paper onto cardstock to so that I can use them as cards in the journal, and maybe use some of them as tucks or pockets or corner tucks, etc., which I'll explain as we go along. Or alternatively, I can also make the live about starting out with designing digital kits. I'm not an expert on designing digital kits. I'm trying to teach myself, and I'm trying to do it with free apps that I can download onto my tablet. If you want me to do that, then on the live you would be able to ask me questions and we can discuss together, but that's very much a let's learn together experience. It's not me, the expert, trying to show you anything. In my video where I did the envelope roll in part 7, right at the end of the video, I showed the digitals that I have designed so far. I've done a few since then, but those are sort of the level I'm on. It's a very basic level. It's a very basic understanding of how the programs work, and I work with apps that I can download for free. I have zero Photoshop or drawing experience with electronic drawing, etc. I'm just trying to teach myself. So that's another option for the live. So you get to vote. So you can decide in the comments what do you would like to see in the live, and I really hope to see you there. All right, have a lovely day, people, and thank you for watching. And if you're still watching till now, thank you very much. And please remember to press subscribe, and please remember to press like. Thank you. Bye bye.